Yeah. So I would mostly say that we have given up on interviews per se. Interviews don't work because we're not even using the same words when we say, tell me about a time you delivered excellent work product, or tell me about a time when you gave someone courageous feedback. So what we do instead is more of auditions. We basically, and it's mutual, right? It's the goal of the interview process is to get signal and give signal so that we can make a good choice and the candidate can make a good choice. And so our interviews are much more intended to mimic the way we do work here. So, for example, we get a lot of signal from a discussion group topic, which is basically like an entry level McKinsey interview along the lines of should the government fund space travel. That mimics how we are, at the whiteboard trying to crack through hard problems where there's a deficit of information, and like we really have to like think from first principles and be able to, you know go from concept down to practical application very fluidly. And so that is a very high signal interview for us because we that mirrors that type of work and that type of thinking. We also do case studies where essentially it's like, what is the first 6 months, what is the closest we can approximate that without having to ask them to do, a day's worth of free labor for us. And we'll do like a case study process. Even our work experience interviews where we're digging into someone's experience aren't really designed to be a resume screen. Our recruiters do the resume screen. It's to understand, how does somebody think about their career progression? How do they think about their own growth? So we'll like choose one career move or two to dig into. It's not like, tell me about a time that you checked off all the boxes on my job description. For culture, we'll do feedback sessions. We'll say, we'll provide feedback in the culture interview. We'll ask for feedback in the culture interview because, again, it's meant to mimic the way that we do operate here so that people show up and they actually understand that the culture that we wrote down, we live by. Even though a lot of other companies write down similar cultures, ours we really live by.